All right, ladies and gentlemen, so if you've seen my channel for any period of time, you probably know that I think Infiniti vehicles are underrated. I like that they hold on to naturally aspirated engines and that they're luxurious, classy looking, attractive, and also practical. And this is a 2020 QX60 Signature Edition. And I'm going to compare this to a 2020 BMW X5. This is a little bit bigger, a little bit longer than the X5, but I think it's a good looking vehicle. I think the X5 probably looks a bit better just because its looks are less common. They're both classy, luxurious looking vehicles, but Infiniti, I don't know. Sometimes their looks and things are near luxury. Sometimes I feel like they match up just as well. But anyway, the wheels on this one are going to be a little bit small for this vehicle. I would like to see 19s on this. These are 18s or maybe even 20s. Because, look, it's a luxury vehicle. Go ahead and make it impractical. I know those wheels make the car ride rougher, but regardless, this has great lines, tasteful use of chrome. I like the accents in the side view mirrors. I like this SUV overall. I'm just going to tell you from the jump, in this case, this is more of a practical, lower cost of ownership SUV, but I am going to go with the X5, but I think this competes well against it. So we will start with the tailgate and under the hood. So we'll open the door. These handles feel very, very solid. We'll get under the trunk first. And actually, let me go ahead and pop the tailgate from here. So, is there anything behind it that it would hit? No, there's not. So, ease of use is another thing in these vehicles that is very, very great. So this tailgate, I just press this button and it opens. And I'll just say this, like if you're familiar with Infiniti SUVs, you know the motors in these things are super high quality, super quiet. That tailgate opens up smooth as butter. This does sit up a little bit higher, and with the third row, yeah, it doesn't quite have the room of the X5, but it has a Bose sound system, acoustic wave system here. You have some storage there. Not too much, but if you lower, all right, so if you lower these seats, you definitely have more room than the BMW X5, and you'll see that. So if space is a concern and you have children, this is a more practical family vehicle because it is more shaped like a minivan. Let's be honest about that. You have charge ports back here, cup holders back here. You have some window glass back here. You do have this charge port here. This sits up more like a traditional SUV. I actually like the tailgate more of the X5, and you'll see why in a little bit. But hopping in, these doors are super incredibly solid. I wish these seats were automatic. Honestly, the Nissan Murano has a button. Now, this is one complaint I really, really have against Nissan. 2010, 2012, 2014, and newer Nissan Muranos, I feel like they come standard with buttons to drop the third and second rows, and this vehicle does not. So that's a little disappointing. But I love this chocolate brown interior here. Very nice. I love the perforation. Sitting back here, there are rails here, so I could sit back here for a little bit. This is definitely not a 3-seater here. This is a 2-seater back here. But if you're an adult, I could sit back here for like 3 hours. I wouldn't want to be back here for like a long, long road trip. But here's the look of the interior from the back. And it's not claustrophobic. You have a window right here. And then you also have a speaker right here. And I love the charge port here and the cup holder here. Excuse my hand. To move the seat forward, you just lift this knob and push forward, and you can get out of the vehicle. So stepping out on this, I wish this was not kind of curved off here because you can't get too much of your foot on it. That's a little bit annoying, but we'll check out the second row. And I love that these seats are adjustable. These doors feel very, very solid. They're framed very well like a luxury vehicle. Soft touch, nice stitching, metal accent, usable cup holder. Very, very nice inlay. Stepping up, there is a little bit of a step up, but I mean, this is a very, very comfortable SUV. And like I said, it's shaped like a minivan. It has the practicality and comfort. Like, the leather is softer than the X5, I will say that. I like the perforation here, but man, I could sit in this seat indefinitely, for an indefinite amount of time. You do have incandescent lighting in here, which I am okay with if you didn't have these like 1994 plastic covers on it. That is not great. Closing the door, very solid. I'm gonna open it for lighting purposes. I love that we have controls back here, USB-A, USB-C charging options. These vents are kind of tiny, but they're here, and you have, you know, some climate control buttons here. You have the dual map pocket thing going on here, the staggered or stacked. Not a huge fan of that, but yeah, this is comfortable. You could sit 3 adults back here, but I would say this is the best used as a 6-seater. I love that you have this inlay here and the Infiniti logo actually lights up. This again is too small as a step up. I love the accents and the mirrors, but this has more of a rounded, you know, kind of swoopy. It's more of a generic shape. You can tell it's luxurious, but it's more of a generic shape. So it does have all-wheel drive. That's dope. You have memory seats here. This door opens wide. You have a speaker here and power seats. Very comfortable. This is a poverty touch I do not like. You have a heated steering wheel. I wish this was a flat bottom, but it's convenient. It's very well sized, good girth. You have navigation in here. Yeah, I mean, this display doesn't look super modern. Neither does the stack, but it still looks luxurious. I love that this is marked charge only, because some cars have ports that, you know, connect you to the sound system. I don't know why we still have this port here, but that's neither here nor there. I love the appointments here. You have a speaker here, a speaker right here. This is actually a soft but harder touch. This is soft touch. Yeah, this is a nice cabin. These seats are wide. You know, they're more comfort than bolstered. You do have a sunroof here. Again, this is a 2020, and I'm a little disappointed with this lighting right here. This looks like very cheap incandescent lighting. I mean, there's a way to do it where you have clear lenses where it looks very modern and up to date, and this is just old school. This is something you would find in like a 1997 Contour. I don't get that. Ease of use is here. You do have heated seats. I wish they were cool. This is a signature model, but you have all-wheel drive. This selector here is dope. Very, very straightforward operation and everything. So hopping out. And popping the hood, you have a 3.5 liter engine. Now this is naturally aspirated. I'll put the specs in the video. This is a good solid engine. It will last well over 200,000 miles. Not a high maintenance engine. It's not like a variable compression engine, but that is the QX60. All right, and this is the BMW X5. And just, you know, out the gate, this just looks better. This looks more classy. This looks, you know, unmistakably luxurious. The bigger wheels give it more luxury cred. I will say the paint does too. And obviously BMW is a more prestigious brand, and they have more consistency across that brand. So if you see a BMW, you can identify it, and there's no confusion about the naming structure. You do have accents here. We'll start with the engine. This is a 3-liter twin turbocharged engine. So, you know, performance in this vehicle is going to be greater. That's just a given. You're not going to be working on this engine. This is going to be much higher maintenance. And I think you're looking at two different buyers here. This person, you know, is not coming from a minivan mindset, is not coming from a let's throw everything we can in the vehicle. This is check the pins in your pocket, no crayons in my vehicle kind of vehicle. Good power. I'll put the specs in the video. Again, not a bad angle on this SUV. Going to the back, I said I like this lid better, this trunk lid. I do. I thought it was odd at first, but I'm actually loving it. And yeah, I mean, this just looks more luxurious to me. They both have light interiors, but I love that you have dark carpeting back here, and also the headliner's dark. That's a trim thing that can be changed. Under here, you have fix-a-flat and some storage. These seats do not have, you know, automatic up-down, so you can let them down this way, but it is a soft close, which I like. You can get a lot of utility out of this. The other vehicle I feel like is focused more on utility, whereas this one is luxury, because that's incredibly dope. And the fact that you have paint, a layer of paint in between this gray plastic and the silver plastic, is a luxury touch. These doors feel just as solid as the Infinitis, but just hopping in this interior, you can just tell it's a step above. This BMW thing does light up. It lights up red. This leather's a little bit more stiff, but just the design is a little bit more intricate, and I love the use of interior LED strips in here, and that lighting is dope. The drivetrain is just going to deliver more consistent power, earlier power. And yeah, you have LED lighting in here. This panoramic roof is going to be a trim option, or this, you know, massive moonroof. I'm not worried about that, but I do like that you have chargers right here. You have climate controls right here, and then you have lighting right here, down here. I love that. I love the hardback on this seat. That is a luxury touch, and I'm so proud of Hyundai and their Genesis line for having that. Random shout out, but it's there. The vents here in this column are definitely luxury, and these doors close super solid. So hopping in this X-Drive, I mean, you can just tell a step above. You have paddle shifters here. You know, everything just looks better, and these are both 2020s. You know, we may have caught Infiniti on its heels, but they do not update as fast as they need to. This is LED lighting. This mirror is kind of small. This one is a screen, so you can see the backup camera in it when you back up. That is super dope. This screen right here normally comes on. It's all digital. As you can see, this one's all digital. This one's coming on. Just super dope. I mean, this is a different tier of luxury. I do not know why we still have this. This is interesting, but what I was surprised by in this vehicle is just the ease of use with the buttonry. You do have the scroll wheel, but you know, your gear selector is easy. Your push button is right there. Your drive modes are right here. Everything, like, there is no real learning curve, and the curve in the dash is super sexy. I love the shape of these vents. I love the use of this veneer or wood inlay. This, you know, this dashboard is super nice. Overall, it just looks a little bit better than the Infiniti.